Welcome back to What's Cooking. Today, nothing. But we're going to prep for what we're going to cook tomorrow, which will be later in the video. Also going to do a side of coleslaw, which I'm also going to show you what to use this coleslaw for in another video that will also be coming up. So let's get down here and get some prep done. Alright, so when it comes to my cabbage, I like to chop it up into small pieces. You could leave it shredded if you like. Do it on a machine if you like. But I basically like to get little squares. That's just the way I prefer it. And it works better when I show you the next thing I'm going to use this cabbage for. So I just like to get it into these little squares. And I'll get this chopped up and bring you guys back in here. Alright, so that's kind of like what I'm going for. Kind of like KFC style, you know. You can throw some carrot in there if you want. You can throw whatever else you want in there. But you got that chop, set that aside. So in a separate bowl, I like to start with 2 scoops of mayonnaise, maybe a little bit more. Just a hint, a couple of drops of lemon juice, not a lot. Okay. We're going to put some sugar in there. Just about that much. We're going to adjust it as we're mixing this up. Let's see, I forgot to grab my vinegar. We're just going to do a little bit. Don't overpower it with the vinegar. Okay. And we're going to throw some pepper in there. Alright, and then we're going to start to mix this up. And we're just going to adjust it as we go. You know the taste that you're looking for. I think we've got plenty of mayonnaise in there right now, so I will switch back to my spoon. Because I didn't want to dirty 2 spoons. Get that all incorporated. And then give it a taste. I may have got that the first shot. Maybe just a touch more of sugar. Just a little. And a little bit more pepper. There's not enough for little brown flakes in there. Do a little bit more of that. Give her a taste. Perfect. Yep. Just need a little bit more sugar. So what we're going to do is now we're going to pour this into our cabbage. And then you're going to let this sit in the refrigerator for... It's going to take a few hours for all of these flavors to merge and blend. And so pour that in there. It's a lot easier to mix this in a separate bowl than trying to mix it all together with the cabbage in there. You get your mix right and everything else. So now we'll just blend this all in. You can hear the sugar when you're mixing this in. You can still hear the sugar, so that sugar needs to break down some more, and that'll happen in the refrigerator with the vinegar in here. Just incorporate it all. You can give this a little taste now, but you're not going to get the full effect of the flavor until it's had a chance to sit in the refrigerator. That's good. Alright. Put a cover on this and stick it in the refrigerator. Now obviously you could adjust the mixes and the amount of cabbage depending upon what you're doing. You know, I keep it kind of small since it's just me. Try to finish it up before it goes bad, but you can go larger, you know, and make your mix more. That's all I'm saying. Alright, so when it comes to making the coleslaw, my personal opinion is what you make at home is so much better than what you can buy pre-made in the deli. The other thing is too, that head of cabbage was only 99 cents, okay? You can buy the pre-shredded that comes in the bag, but why? You're going to pay 3-4 times as much. It's got that red cabbage mixture in there as well, and that it tends to bleed out, and it looks ugly. So, chop it yourself. Alright, today I'm using Ballpark Franks. They plump when you cook them. Boom, boom, boom. Bun size. Made with chicken and pork and all these other kind of good byproducts. Now, when it comes to hot dogs, it's all personal preference. Normally I like a good sabrets. And the cooking methods vary depending upon what hot dog you're using. So for sabrets, they need to be boiled in water. They call them dirty water dogs because you don't use the rumor that I heard is you don't use the first batch you make. You throw those hot dogs out and you cook the hot dogs in the dirty water, and that's what you sell to your customers if you're like a traditional New York style hot dog stand. And then you got like your Nathan's hot dogs, which you don't boil those. You're supposed to fry those. A lot of people don't like hot dogs boiled. These particular hot dogs, I'm going to roast in the oven. That's the way I want them done. Alright, so I'm going to set my oven. I'm just going to put it on bake. I'm going to do, let's see, I'll do 400 degrees. And I'm not worried about the time because we're going to keep our eye on it. So let that start to preheat. Hot dogs I just placed directly on the grill there. And we'll let these go until they're ready. Alright, I think these are ready. Oh, yeah, these are ready. So let these cool. Turn that off. So I don't know if you guys, you know, you don't have to cook them all this much, but I like a good browning on there. So I'm gonna let these cool for a second. And while I'm doing that, take some buns, get a little bit of a toast on those. Alright, so we got our toasty buns. Put a hot dog on each one of these. And then we take our coleslaw that we made earlier. And you'll see this is formed up nicely. It's nice and creamy. It's not too runny. It's perfect. And just drop that on there. If you've never had this, you've got to try this. And again, I've tried it with store-bought coleslaw, and it just doesn't have the same flavor and taste and all of that good jazz. So scoop some on there. And let's see what this tastes like. It could get a little messy, so have a fork with you, alright? That's all there is to it. Give it a try. I think that the crispiness of the hot dog from grilling it in the oven, it gives it kind of like a char flavor that mixes with that coleslaw. First time I saw this tried, next to one of the Goodyears that I used to work at, there was a, remember when the restaurants used to be, this particular one had a KFC and an A&W root beer. And I saw one of the guys ordered the hot dog from A&W and the coleslaw from KFC and put it together, and I was like, ugh. I tried it. It was amazing. And this is the way I get the best. It comes as close to that. You know, again, I've tried different hot dogs. I've tried different coleslaws, and this is the way it comes the best. So, give it a try. See you on the next one. Goes out.